So we'll look now at multiplying a matrix by a matrix. This is the only thing that is a wee bit tricky within matrices. So the first thing to do whenever you're multiplying a matrix by a matrix, we're going to check that you are able to multiply them together. Okay, so you have to look at their order to see if you can multiply them. So if we have a 2 by 2 matrix and we want to multiply it by a 2 by 1, remember that's the rows and the columns, we look at the two inside numbers. These numbers are the same. Therefore, yep, we can multiply that. But if we have a 2 by 3 matrix and we want to multiply it by another 2 by 3 matrix, again, we'll look at the two inside numbers. These are not the same. So we can't multiply this. Okay, so that's the first thing you do. The second thing that we do then is we work out the order of the answer. So if we have a 2 by 2 matrix and we're multiplying it by 2 by 1, these inside numbers are the same, so we can multiply. And to work out the order of the answer, we look at the other numbers. So our answer in this case is going to be a 2 by 1 matrix. We have a 3 by 2 multiplied by a 2 by 2. We look at the inside numbers, they're the same, so we can multiply. Look at the outside numbers, and that tells us the order of the answer. So 1 by 3 times 3 by 2. We look at the inside numbers, they're the same, so we can multiply. And look at the outside numbers. So our answer would be a 1 by 2 matrix. Our first example then. So we're going to see if we can multiply this 2 by 2 matrix. Remember, that's 2 rows and 2 columns. And our second matrix then has got 2 rows and 1 column. Inside numbers are the same, so we can multiply. And the outside numbers are 2 and 1. So our answer is going to be a 2 by 1 matrix. Okay, so I'll do the working out there in a wee second. Our answer is going to be at 2 by 1, so that's 2 rows and 1 column. So I'll do 2 wee squares to represent the two numbers that we're going to have in our answer. Okay, so if we look at the red square is in the first row and it's in the first column. So we're going to multiply the first row of the first matrix by the first column of the second matrix and add them together. So that's going to be minus 2 by 1 plus 3 by 4. So when we multiply that, we get minus 2 plus 12, so we get 10. For the green square then, it's in the second row and the first column. So we multiply the second row of the first matrix by the first column of the second matrix. So it's 4 by 1 plus 2 by 4. And that gives us 4 plus 8, which is 12. Our second example then, we've got minus 3, 4 is the first matrix, and 2 minus 5 is the second one. So we have one row and two columns in the first one. We've got two rows and one column in the second. Look at the inside numbers. They're the same, so we can multiply. Look at the outside numbers to tell us what our answer is going to look like. And our answer will be a 1 by 1 matrix. So minus 3, 4. Upon 2 minus 5. It's just going to give us one column, so one answer. So this green square, this is in the first row and the first column. So we multiply the first row by the first column. So that's minus 3 by 2 plus 4 by minus 5. So that gives us minus 6 minus 20. So we have minus 26. Example 3 then, we've got 1, 4 by minus 2 minus 3. So this has got 2 rows and 1 column. And our second one has got 1 row and 2 columns. Look at the inside number, that means we can multiply it. And the outside number tells us that our answer is going to be a 2 by 2 matrix. So 1, 4, minus 2, minus 3. It's going to be a 2 by 2. So 1, 3, 1, 2. Okay, so our first number then, the blue square, it's in the first row and the first column. So we multiply the first row of the first one by the first column of the second one. So that's 1 by minus 2, which gives us minus 2. The red one then, it's in the first row and the second column. So we multiply the first row by the second column. So that's 1 by minus 3, which gives us minus 3. The green one then is in the second row and the first column. So we multiply the second row by the first column. So that's 4 by minus 2, which is minus 8. And our yellow one then, it's in the second row and the second column. So we multiply the second row by the second column. So we get 4 by minus 3, which is minus 12. So the first three are all awkward ones. It's far more likely for you to get a 2 by 2 by a 2 by 2. So in example 4 here, we've got a matrix A, we've got a matrix B, and we're asked to find AB. So first thing to do, check that we can. So A is a 2 by 2 matrix, and B is a 2 by 2. Check the inside numbers, they're the same, so that's okay. Outside numbers are 2 by 2, so our answer will be a 2 by 2 matrix. So our working out, just make sure you get them the right way around. So we have a 2 by 2 will be our answer. Okay, so the red square is in the first row and the first column. So we multiply the first row by the first column. So that's minus 3 by 1 plus 4 by 3. So that's minus 3 plus 12. That gives us 9. For the green square then, it's in the first row and the second column. So we're going to multiply the first row by the second column. So that's minus 3 by minus 2 plus 4 by minus 4. So that gives us 6 minus 16. So that's minus 10. The purple one then is in the second row and the first column. So we multiply the second row by the first column. So that's 5 by 1 plus 2 by 3. So that's 5 plus 6, which is 11. And the yellow one then is in the second row and the second column. So we multiply the second row by the second column. So that's 5 by minus 2 plus 2 by minus 4. So that gives us minus 10 minus 8, which is minus 18. Part B then is find BA. So B is a 2 by 2 matrix and A is a 2 by 2 matrix. Inside numbers are both 2, so the same. So we can multiply, and the outside numbers are 2 by 2. So our answer will be a 2 by 2 matrix. So B times A. Again, just be careful with putting the right way around. So we will have an answer that is a 2 by 2 matrix. So for the red box then, it's in the first row and the first column. So we multiply the first row by the first column. So that's 1 by minus 3 plus minus 2 by 5. So that gives us minus 3 minus 10, which is minus 13. The green box then is in the first row and the second column. So we multiply the first row by the second column, and we get 1 by 4 plus minus 2 by 2. So we get 4 take away 4, which is 0. In the purple one, it's in the second row and the first column. So we multiply the second row by the first column. So that's 3 by minus 3 plus minus 4 by 5. So that gives us minus 9 minus 20. So we get minus 29 in the purple one. And the yellow one then is the second row and the second column. So we multiply the second row by the second column. So 3 by 4 plus minus 4 by 2. So we get 3 4s are 12, take away 8. So we get 4 in the yellow box. Fifth one then, C, is this matrix here, and we want to find C squared. So C squared is C by C. So let's see what we get. We'll have a 2 by 2 matrix times a 2 by 2 matrix. The inside numbers are the same, so we can multiply it, and then the outside numbers tell us what the answer will be, and it'll be a 2 by 2. So the most common mistake in one of these when it says C squared is people just square all the elements, all the numbers, and you can't do that. Right, so our answer is going to be a 2 by 2. Okay, so the red square then is in the first row and the first column. So we multiply the first row by the first column. So minus 2 by minus 2 plus 3 by 5. So we get 4 plus 15, so that gives us 19 in the red box. The green box then is in the first row and the second column, so we multiply the first row by the second column. So that's minus 2 by 3 plus 3 by 2, so we get minus 6 plus 6, and we get 0. For the purple box then, it's in the second row and the first column, so we multiply the second row by the first column. So that's 5 by minus 2 plus 2 by 5. So that gives us minus 10 plus 10, so it's also 0. And the yellow box then is in the second row and the second column. So we multiply the second row by the second column. So that's 5 by 3 plus 2 by 2. So that's 15 plus 4, which is 19. Now, obviously, when you're doing it in an exam, you're not going to use all these different colors and put all the different boxes and stuff like that. Your answer should just look like 19, 0, 0, 19 without any wee boxes there. But do this until you get into the way of doing these questions.